Endurance one-shot challenge! Okutama Grand Circuit in the Lola B1280. We don't have very many levels on it, so it's a mostly conservative setup. Unfortunately, these cars are very wide, which means the AI is very frustrating, although I did that to myself. We'll see if I can recover. I just get so annoyed with them, because especially corners like this, where you expect to be able to brake in a certain way towards the left, a lot of times they'll just cut back over on you in the braking zone, braking for the corner in a very unideal way. Or they'll do that. Evidently that car was completely wrecked. I haven't seen somebody do that even in multiplayer in a long time. Where you just lose a wheel there and your race is over. Although I guess in multiplayer people often have flashbacks on. Starting to forget that those are even a thing. That's how long it's been since I've played multiplayer in Autosport. I pretty much only do the challenges at this point. And he just brakes right in the middle of the course. Like, I went further towards the middle, expecting they would go to the outside to brake for that corner. And they just brake in the middle of the course anyway. Alright. Picked up a couple spots there at least. Well, maybe just one. I do have high downforce on, so through a couple sections here they're going to be faster. When they brake a second time for that corner, they brake too much for the first corner, and then a second time for that second corner. And then they brake way too early for that corner. Again, there's nowhere to go. These cars are so wide around a track that's so tiny that you just quickly run out of options of where in the world to place your car to not have them be in the way. And then you just get frustrated and do something silly like I just did. And something silly again. Now, not only do I have steering damage, I have engine damage, which means my top speed is compromised. All of this could be solved by just letting me qualify. Even just a single lap would do better than any of the AI can. Or letting me turn the AI off. Or having me choose the AI difficulty. Which, considering they seem to always want AI in these, I feel like that would be your best option. And again, they just brake in such a poor way. In such poor places, in poor ways. It just throws you completely off. Because not only are they not predictable, they're just dangerous. The fact that they brake too much is probably the worst part of it. Because again, it just means, unless you want to drive through them, you're left with no real choice. Because here, I have to be behind him. He's gonna brake inappropriately for this corner. Because even my braking for that was not the correct way. Whatever, I just need to get this endurance challenge done with. This is not going to be a good time, it's not going to be a pretty time, and I just don't care at this point. the AI makes... I actually do enjoy racing around in Autosport. It may not seem like it sometimes, but I really do. But this just sucks every ounce of fun out of what could be a really neat little challenge experience. Because I have to deal with these horrible, horrible AI. And again, some of the mistakes have been my own, but it's because I'm so fed up with the AI that I just start doing stupid things that I normally would never do. And like that, like, come on! So now my time gets even worse. Because the AI chose to just slam on the brakes in the middle of a corner that you don't brake very much for in the first place. At least the endurance challenge is almost done with. So frustrating. What I could do is just reset over and over and over again until I get a set of AI that lets me buy very early. But again, that's just silly. Bronze. I get bronze. Whatever. It's a terrible time. But it's done. That was almost as bad as party mode. It really was. Those cars are just... Those cars are so wide that even in a multiplayer event, it's pretty tough to take them side by side. But at least in a multiplayer race, I know where things are going to happen. And that makes it easier. Because again, this corner right here is one of the biggest offenders. Let's go forward to the second lap. It's one of the easiest places to point out some of the inconsistencies. Because in the first lap wasn't all that bad. There was the AI that lost it at the start. Wasn't that bad. This corner was annoying. I mean, because in this situation, look. We all exit that corner at about the same speed, and then bam. Not only... So, not only is he... So here. Like, look how early his brakes are on. All the way back here. The car in front of him has not put on the brakes yet. The car in front of him puts on the brakes... There, just a little bit, because they're already slowing down. That's how early that car broke for that corner. Alright, we speed it up more. I think I got around a couple of them there. And again, in this situation, actually I should change the camera. Here, this will be the easiest to see from. And in this situation, I don't really have a choice because of the way they brake, so that's all fine. It all happens. Now this corner coming up, this is one of the trickiest ones. What I want to do, what I really want to do in this situation, is start over to the left, come back to the right, stay on the right half of the road, and brake for the corner. So you can see, I'm setting my car up to do that. However, all of the AI are doing the same, even though they really shouldn't be. In this situation, in an actual car, so all of these cars are flying into here, right? If this was a regular player in front of me in multiplayer, what I would expect this car to do is I would expect him to, right here, to go all the way over to the left and brake like he normally would. That's what I expect from that car. Because they're not really going to be looking in their mirrors at this point. They're looking forward, trying to get ahead of those cars. The car ahead of him is on the right-hand side, so he's going to try and swing around the right. Or swing around the left, and I'm going to try to take advantage of that and come over on the right. Not only does that not happen there, not only does that not happen, this is where the AI chooses to apply its brakes. My braking point for this corner is up by that 100-meter board. So you can see why that would come as a surprise to me. And then I have nowhere left to go. My only choice is to try to push him through to my braking point. But then all of them are stopping inappropriately again, in this scenario, if that orange car is an actual player... Okay, so let's take it back here. If that orange car is a player and the blue car is a player, and they both the orange car takes the right path, the blue car takes the left path. Everything's fine. I take the right path, I slow down appropriately, they probably go through the corner side by side and I follow them through. But instead this happens. So not only is this annoying, because I was left with nowhere to go, but then here, that orange car slots itself back in to a slot that is closing, and then causes that giant pileup. Those are the situations where it's very frustrating, because I'm so used to how players would react in that situation, not how the AI poorly reacts, and it leads to that, where I give myself damage, because I'm just annoyed. And then similarly here I expect all of these cars, to approach this corner, you brake a little bit, and then you slide through the entry here. And here you're back on the gas. Right here. And then what I expect is all of them to slow down and go through the corner. But they all slow down so much more than you need to. And again, at this point, right here, this is the last point at which I can stay out to the left. But the direction they're moving, I assume there's going to be space left on the inside, because they're just going very slow. And again, in the situation of normal players, when they're going that slow, they're going to make the corner before I get there anyway, because they're trying to accelerate out quickly. So with the AI, I poorly assume the same thing, but instead, now I've made my choice. I've made my choice at this point. I cannot get back out to the left no matter what I do unless I spin my car. So now I'm stuck, and there's your result. I'm stuck in my decision, and then I get annoyed and try and get on the gas again. So it's just event after event after event of frustrating circumstances. This is gonna make an already long video longer, but sometimes I just have to show some examples of how poorly implemented the AI is, why it's so frustrating to drive against it, and more than anything, why it needs to not be in the challenges. Because that challenge could have been interesting, it could have been neat, it could have been fun, but the AI completely spoiled it for me. So, long video, but there it is.